stream. Oh, we're live. Maybe. Question mark. It's possible.
It is.
You gotta look at your Twitch notification, though.
I see it.
No, but I changed it.
I don't have a clever name.
No, the Twitch notification that you get to your phone. It doesn't say Big Box of Gamers has just gone live anymore. It says it's time for Big Box Weekly.
Mine says Big Box of Gamers went live.
Really?
Yes.
Mine said it's time for Big Box Weekly. Mine says
The-
Big Box of Gamers. It's time for Big Box Weekly. Here, I'll put my phone up to the display.
I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying that I don't have that cool thing.
I'm just saying, like, I changed it on the big box end of things, so it should be for everybody. What up?
What's up?
Camet. I hope you're enjoying those advertisements. They don't pay the bills at all.
No,
They're
it's
just
bullshit.
they exist.
Yeah.
We hate ads too. Don't you worry, Camet. As always, welcome to the show without an intro. This is me. That is Tim. We are here. We are doing the things.
Yes, we are.
How goes it, Tim?
It's going fairly well. We had a good weekend hockey-wise. A doubleheader yesterday. That was a shit show. Really. Ready for your last week at Big Box Corp?
Oh, hell yeah, I am. I was actually just about to talk about that. I was going to let Tim go first, though. Last night was a friggin' cluster. If I was going to be there for more than just another week, I would have been seriously frustrated at the end of last night.
That bad, huh?
Oh, yeah. Multiple DEF CON events in one night. It was cluster. Clusterific. Anyway, how did hockey go? God, I'm tired as shit.
So quickly, I'll just get my part out of the way then. We had a doubleheader against a team that's about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of us. So if you're going to go that far, might as well play two, right?
Might as well win.
Last year the team kicked our ass 7-1, and this year is not the case. We destroyed them 11-3 the first game and 12-0 the second game. Xander he had 2 goals and 1 assist the first game, but the score sheet said that he only had 1 goal and 1 assist because they put the number down as number 18 for the first goal. We don't have a number 18 on our team. We have Xander's number is 19.
Well, shit. Some ghost scored a goal, Tim.
Yes, and then another kid on our team got robbed of having 2 goals. He's normally a defenseman, so defensemen usually rarely get goals at this level.
Right, of course.
And he got screwed on having 2 goals because they only wrote down his number is 88, and they only wrote down 1-8. We don't have a single 8 either.
You don't have an 8 or an 18, but they both scored last night.
And then I'm not done.
Oh boy.
One of the guys, a parent has to work the penalty box for each team.
Yeah.
To open them up, and part of your job is to count the saves of that goalie for that side.
Yeah.
So the first period, our goalie did not have any saves because he only faced 1 shot, and that shot went through. It was a goal. So he had 0 saves. So our guy told the scorekeeper, it was 0. The scorekeeper decided upon himself to write down that he had 2 saves.
What?
Yes.
Someone needs to be fired.
Yes. And then he decided to make up for it somehow. In the second game, our goalie, our backup goalie, basically, we had a shutout, and he had a total of 6 saves for the entire game. But the scorekeeper wrote down that he had 10 saves in the second period. Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
How? Just no.
They're not. rookies not paying attention, not giving a fuck. And it kind of sucks for some players because in order to get like a hat trick award or something like that, they go off the official score sheet.
Right.
One player got screwed out of a hat trick, and he's usually a defenseman. So
Oh,
I feel bad for him because the rest of the schedule that we got
not gonna happen.
doesn't look like we're gonna be able to screw around with the lineup and get him the chances. So
That sucks.
yeah, it does.
Tim, that's why you need to be a scorekeeper. You'd pay attention.
See, I don't know. It was on the opposite side of the rink, so I don't know if it was the scorekeeper or if I mean, obviously it was a scorekeeper for the saves situation, but I don't for the number of who scored. I don't know if that was the referee.
Yeah, but that has to be something that's correctable since that player number doesn't even exist.
You would think. You would think.
How the hell does that player score if they don't exist?
I don't know.
It's like freaking, I didn't hit the E-stop button. I didn't shut down the whole sorter. You kind of did. They don't press themselves. I was nowhere near it.
We have, this is our numbers, okay, starting from low to high, and I'm only going to go 2 numbers, okay? The lowest number we have is 0. It is actually 0, 0. It's 00. That's the lowest number we have. The next number in order is
19.
my son's, who is 19. So I don't know how they even got an 8 when there's no single digit number anywhere on the team.
That's weird.
Who wants to do Q&A?
We don't do that on this show. We have a very rigid format here.
Very solid. It never diverts into
We
any other
never
area.
have a change of format here. We
Ever.
would never, ever stoop so low as to change our format and do what the audience asks.
Right, because everything is scripted that we say. I'm
This is-
looking into a
this is-
teleprompter.
This is actually a vodcast right now. It's pre-recorded and we're just broadcasting it. And we just assumed someone would ask a question right around that time.
and I'm gonna guess that the person's name is maybe Lieutenant Corbus.
Maybe it's Lieutenant Corbus on YouTube, but we don't know for sure.
I was just guessing.
Uh-huh. Let us know how we did in the comments.
Did we guess that correctly? What am I, a bot? Kemet is a bot. Yes.
Kemet bot.
I mean, I'm assuming
Kemet bot.
is a bot.
Yeah, we have Kemet bot, and we programmed him to respond to the vodcast. He's not a real
Yes.
person.
No. So I guess it depends on you.
Yes. What's going on? I'm gonna just call you Corbus because your name is damn long.
I was just gonna say YouTube, but whatever.
But YouTube's not watching us. It's Lieutenant Corbus.
Okay.
Maybe.
Don't tell me what I can do. You're not my
Oh
dad, are you?
boy, we're in the red. Stream's going down. We're back.
Well, okay. I blame Kemet.
It's the vodcast, man. Okay, why are we all over the place? It's okay, Twitch.
Superior being. Not in fucking Counter-Strike, you're not.
Oh!
I'm sorry, Kemet.
Oh! You're
I'll
bad.
I'll play regular Counter-Strike with you, but I just can't do Wingman with you anymore.
Oh,
That was
something happened. Okay, why is my bitrate all over the fucking place?
I don't know.
All over the place.
Dad's downloading porn.
Dad's not here.
Mom's downloading porn.
No one's here. I'm the only
Your
person using
dog-
the internet.
Your dog is downloading doggy porn.
I blacklisted his IP from the network.
Okay.
I have
You'll-
control.
You've not been programmed to play CS.
All right, hold on.
That's
I'm stopping the stream and bringing it back up. Be right back, gentlemen. On YouTube, it'll automatically pick it back up.
Because YouTube is superior when it comes to this.
Okay, I think we're live again. Yeah, we're live again. Hey, we're back.
Hey, you've not been programmed to play CSGO yet. That's false, because I've seen you play. You're just not good at Wingman.
Sir Greg is too lazy to finish programming me, life and everything else. That's true. That's not inaccurate there. He hates ads.
I hate ads as well.
See, he's clearly programmed because he used the same exact line, I hate ads again.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So I don't think YouTube's gonna ask any questions. He
I don't
just
think
wanted
so
to
either.
Put his name out there and say whatever.
Yeah. Because maybe he's Lieutenant Corbus on YouTube. So maybe he expected that we would say his name, and
Now
our
he's famous.
viewers would go and take a look.
Now he's famous.
And I apparently have a poor network connection detected.
Well, I blame the ads.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that the purple Red Bull is really good stuff?
No, you didn't. So
Mhm.
Purple Bull?
Purple like Twitch.
Purple Bull.
Purple Bull. Your superior intelligence is scared said human away. Yeah, that's it.
Man. We've only gone for like 12 minutes tonight, and I'm exhausted already. Holy crap.
Wow. That's what she said. How?
This is going to be a interesting show.
And then today, just to finish up my hockey thing.
Yes.
We had what I would consider our second real test of the season, and we won 7-3.
Booyah.
So
Shaka.
Xander was goalie. Xander should have probably stopped
2 of the 3.
One of the goals. The other
He should have stopped all of them.
So brick wall that he is should have, but the one he should have stopped for sure. It went underneath him. Get yourself run and talk about Big Box Corp.
The audience is here, Tim. They want the stories. They want the juicy details.
Do it.
Okay, so here's them juicy deets.
Juicy.
So I get in last night, and kind of a shit night to start with. Everything's breaking. Minor things are breaking. Running around fixing a lot of shit. Days
Gotta
never
be
does
over
their
18.
job, so. Sorry, I had a yawn break there for a second.
That's
Unacceptable.
no, that's the thing.
So yeah, so I'm running around fixing a little shit, and all of a sudden, boom, one of our 2 main sorters, or I guess 3, one of our 3 main sorters goes down. Dun dun dun. So it goes down, and I get up there, and okay, admittedly, I could have probably stopped this one from going into a DEF CON. I probably actually could have stopped it from doing that. But here's where my brain was at. I was like, I'm tired tonight. I've been up all day since I got home from work last night. I haven't slept since before yesterday because someone backed into my garage door and cracked the strut. That was a pain in the balls. So I'm like, I'm tired, and plus they're gonna be without me in a week anyway. So let's see how this goes if I just let them run the show and I just do what they tell me to do.
All right, I'm down.
Went into a DEF CON because they didn't know what they were doing. I'm basically like, okay, what information do we have? Ugh. No, bitrate went to shit again. We need to get you streaming these again, Tim. Charter's a dick lately.
Why is Charter doing this to you?
I don't know. It's just the past 2 weeks.
It's maybe for the new year we'll switch.
Perhaps. Maybe I'll try XSplit again, too, and see if that helps out better, if it's an OBS problem. Could be OBS related.
It could be. OBS is being bitchy lately, so...
Could be Restream related, too.
That's possible if YouTube is not having an issue.
Well, it's OBS on my end. I see the bitrate on OBS dropping and fluctuating
Okay.
all over the place. But I'm curious if it's because it's an issue of pushing it to the Restream server. You see, Kevin, you say time to upgrade ISPs. The upgraded ISP in my area is the one I have, because if I want anything other than this, I have dial-up.
Ooh.
56K. So
Ooh.
this is upgraded. And that sucks.
Ooh, that hurts just to even hear.
Uh-huh. So there is no upgrade for me. When I end up moving, if that even happens, because now where I'm working is actually closer to this one, so my parents might take the other house.
Do you get the house you're living in then?
I might, which is actually even better.
Like, right? All your shit's there.
Exactly.
56K's life.
And plus, here, what I'm going to end up doing here, if this ends up being my house, is my parents' bedroom. It's like a nice symmetrical room. It's got like rafters through the ceiling, like boxed over.
It's where the magic happens.
It's got two awesome like mirrored closets, but between those two mirrored closets, there's a big ass window with an overview of a lake.
Ooh.
I'm gonna make that my office,
Ooh.
so I can look up from my screen and just look out over the lake. That's the route I'm going if I end up living here. That's going to be my office, and then I'm going to move into their office, which is my old bedroom from before we put the second floor on.
Ah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my old bedroom is the room. If you remember when I did the D3300 testing, the camera vlog there, or I upgraded my mom's computer and setup, that room there is the one that was my old bedroom.
Okay.
For people who remember that video, who actually watched said video.
Back in the day.
I know Kemet watched it, because he was like, what? The D3300 does 1080p 60? So I know Kemet watched it. Oh my god, 1080p 60.
Come on.
Anyways, I'm way off topic here.
See, they disliked it. Wow.
Wow, Kemet,
Down.
Kemet, you can't fool me. You already said you disliked it. You said what you meant. It was a Freudian slip, Kemet. I know it. You disliked it. You
Yep.
can't trick me. I'm hurt. Really, I am. I'm gonna cry now.
You'll be all right, Greg.
That's okay.
Virtual hug.
I'll be good. I will be good.
All right, cool.
So anyways, I legitimately, if I had got on software visualization and actually was like, okay, what the hell's the problem? I probably could have got it running. But I was just like, I'm going to do what these guys tell me to do and see how they do this, because without me, see how they do it without me trying to run the show, because I'll be gone in a week.
Yeah, fuck them.
Which is reasonable. I was curious. I want to know what a shit show it's going to be.
Yes.
And oh my god.
What?
They're fucked.
Oh. Your bot code just has more bugs from last year. Still don't fix me.
Yeah, right. Because remember, he's not a human.
Oh, yeah.
Jokes for days.
So the big box corporation is screwed.
Like, I personally am a believer in everyone is replaceable. Everyone's replaceable. But God, are they in for a rude awakening when I leave.
Because Greg's not replaceable.
No, I am replaceable. It's just they're not going to find someone to replace me willing to take the pay that they're offering for that position. At least they're not going to find someone that can operate at the same level that I do.
Which is high.
I operate. I don't know. This is going to sound arrogant, but I operate at a level in that job for probably about someone twice my pay.
I've known you long enough that that doesn't
surprise you.
me. No.
Yeah. So they're going to have fun trying to find someone to do that job at the pay they're offering. And, like, they're lucky because they have one guy on the shift who wants to, like, work with me as much as possible in these last 2 weeks I've given them to learn as much from me as possible, because he wants to get that position, and he just isn't getting it.
Oh, boy.
Like, up until this week, he still doesn't even have the software visualization on his computer, so he's never used it before.
Oh, no.
Because, like, here's what happened. I didn't have my laptop with me on the floor, and that's when I was like, I'm going to let them run the show. So I go up to the sorter, and I go, okay, guys, what do you see in Viz? What do you see in the software visualization? And it was painful. I straight up said this to my boss later in the night. I was like, I didn't have my visualization with me. These guys don't know what the hell they're doing. It was painful trying to get answers from them, fumbling their way through it. It was painful.
That sounds painful.
It was awful. And then it went into a DEF CON again later in the night, and that one I couldn't have done anything about. It was all operator error. Basically, there's this one line on the sorter where it diverts stuff to if it can't go to where it's supposed to go. So if like the lane's full or it's jammed or something like that. So it diverts it there. And that lane was full.
Really?
And the guy working that lane, the conveyor taking it away was full because the sorter got full because it went into a whole bunch of recirc because the lanes were all full. So his takeaway wasn't running. So he's just sitting there. Like, he's not down stacking it off the conveyor to open it up to let more stuff come. He's just sitting there. And I explained it to him 3 times why that lane needs to be open. And he's just sitting there. And because he's just sitting there, that's filling up, and all of a sudden, everything on the sorter is for that freaking takeaway line there, so nothing else can get onto the sorter because it's full. So that's 2 times in 2 weeks that we had a sorter go totally full because people weren't doing their job and keeping lanes clear. So 2 times in 2 weeks, I had a DEF CON event where I got to use my favorite closing code. Operator error.
At least there's not a major holiday coming up.
It's not like we're going into Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which is ridiculous peak for any sort of online shopping distribution center.
They are going to be so fun.
Oh no, Tim, you want to know what the best part of it is? I'm being nice to them because my last day is right after Black Friday.
Oh.
But I'm not there for Cyber Monday. And they had told me originally, they were like, yeah, we want you to pull an overtime shift on Cyber Monday. And I was like, that'll be 7 in a row. And they were like, okay, we'll pay you the double time. I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't want it.
Did you refresh my memory here? Because it's been a hell of the last couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
You did tell them that you're no longer going to be working there soon?
Yes.
Okay, so they know that your last day is...
Let me get the exact date for you. Let me pull up a calendar. Yep, they
Okay.
know that my last date is the 26th.
Okay.
They're very well aware of this.
Okay.
They totally know.
And
I
there-
hinted for 2 weeks before I put in my notice. I was like, I was telling my boss every single day, if X, Y, and Z don't change, I will be leaving. I outright told this to whoever frickin' talked to me, that if these things don't change, I'm leaving. And then I went in at the start of this week on Wednesday, and I went to my boss, and I was like, hey, we got to talk. And then I said, well, these things haven't changed. Here's my notice.
What did he say?
He was pissed. He didn't talk to me till the end of Thursday at that point. It
Well,
took a
that's-
day and a half for him to even talk to me again, which made things even worse because now it's like he wasted a day and a half of the 8 days I have left where I could have been working with other people and he could have been assigning people to work with me. So he just wasted time and he fucked up.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And
Very
now,
purpose.
last night, because I was, I just wanted a taste of how bad it was going to be when I left. Oh, boy. They are fucked. Again,
If,
everyone is replaceable. You can replace anybody with enough resources and enough people. Everybody's replaceable. But, God, they are fucked for a while because I'm leaving right before peak season. And that wasn't like... Okay, it sounds terrible when I say they're fucked for a while because it's like, oh yeah, you deliberately screwed them. No, I just can't bring myself to go through the busy season with the lack of support that we have there.
They're fucking themselves.
Yes, they are.
Let's get that straight.
Yes, I'm not helping the situation necessarily, but they
You're not
brought
the
it on
cause.
themselves. They've brought it on themselves.
Yes.
I've realistically done far more than I should have to try to make this work.
You have brought this to their attention that they are fucking this up.
Uh-huh.
And they're choosing
Not to listen.
right. So this is not on you anymore. This is
Uh-huh.
on them.
And now I am going in Wednesday early so I can talk to the senior boss, my boss's boss, because he sent me an email after I quit asking if I would share the reason for making the change. And I said, how about we have a conversation instead of an email?
That's fair.
Because Friday or Thursday night, I got an email from one of my leads going, hey, I heard some terrible news this morning. If I come in early tomorrow, will you still be there to catch up? And I said, well, I didn't think it was terrible news, but I thought it was pretty great news.
Right.
So he comes in early, and he's actually one of the worst offenders for some of my problems with why I'm leaving.
Okay.
And someone else who's another one of the worst offenders shows up early, too. So I'm like, perfect. I got to talk to the two of them right now to hopefully make them understand why what they're doing is bullshit and make it better for other people there in the future. So I'm sitting there explaining why I'm leaving to these guys. And I'm like, one of the biggest reasons is lack of communication between the shifts. And they start trying to justify why they can't communicate, why they can't share information. They're like, well, if we had time. And I was like, yeah, but if you don't have time to communicate, or anybody, all you're doing is making it so the next shift doesn't have time to communicate because they have to learn the same things you learned on that shift. And because they had to waste time learning, they can't communicate what they learned to you, and therefore you don't have time to communicate. Whereas everyone's job would be easier if one person, which I've been trying to do, would just step up and communicate. But guess what? You guys aren't fucking reciprocating because everything I learn gets passed around to everyone. Like, there was this bullshit. We had a new procedure because they changed some software in one of the sorters the install team did. And one of the things we have to do at breaks is we have to jog it in maintenance mode so we can clear off anything that gets between carriers. Okay. Well, all of a sudden, I tried doing that the other night, and it starts throwing an encoder fault. Won't let me jog it. There's a new procedure because they changed the way it works. He sends out an email with this procedure. This is for Friday night. I follow that procedure to the letter. Doesn't work. So I sent an email back with screen grabs and everything of where it diverts and doesn't work. And I get an email back and he goes, oh, right, I forgot to mention. So I follow that new procedure last night at the first break. Still doesn't work. So I sent another email. Yeah, this still doesn't work. Oh, yeah, that's because the thing you need isn't in the manual. It's like, it shouldn't take 5 fucking emails to get one procedure to work. Like, I think that just sums up my issue perfectly, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to actually just show that email thread to senior boss on Wednesday when I'm talking to him and go, it's shit like this. Because the other thing, too, is in the first email I sent back where I couldn't do it the first night, I specifically in the email asked, is this just a procedure that was passed along to us, or were we actually able to perform this in our building?
Fair question.
Have we actually done this in our building, or has someone just told you the procedure and you're like, I'm going to share it like it's my own? And in his answer to me, he doesn't answer that part of the question.
Of course not.
So then the second time around, I ask that part of the question again because it's important. Have we actually completed this? Or are we just talking up our asses here?
Pretty straightforward.
Like,
did
dude,
he answer that?
He didn't. No.
No, well, that tells you what the answer is then.
Like, they're fucked. That's the answer.
Yes.
They're fucked.
Yes, they are. How much so then? It would not surprise me if you're meeting with the senior dude. He's probably going to throw out a number at you.
I know what I would accept. I know what I would accept. Because for me right now, it's a 70-mile drive one way, and I never work less than 12 hours a day.
Right.
And I have to sleep during the day, so on a good day, I'm getting 4 hours of sleep. I have a number that would make me stay. It wouldn't make me stay for very long, though. It would make me stay probably through the holiday season where I could take that number and get a bunch of overtime time and a half at that number and then be like, yeah, by the way, because there's too much bullshit there. There's too much bullshit going on. And I'm at probably an interesting point for someone of my age where I know what I'm willing to deal with in a workplace.
Yeah.
I know exactly what is worth it for me to deal with and what's not worth it for me to deal with. Also, it doesn't help that in the couple of facilities managers who have actually talked to me about it, I've been getting congratulations and you're leaving at a good time from bosses at the facility.
Oh.
The facility manager, he's actually my buddy's boss. He's the
Okay.
manager for front half nights. He's probably my favorite manager at the place.
Okay.
He calls me into his office on Wednesday night after my boss informs him that I put my notice in. He calls me in and he has me shut the door so no one else hears this conversation. And he goes, "All right, so I heard you're leaving us. So firstly, I want to say congratulations, and secondly, the selfish part of me wants kilobit rate's gone. Bit rate's back. I guess the Patriots scored too because I heard an air horn. And he goes, so I want to say congratulations, and secondly, I want to say fuck you."
Because he wants you to stay, yeah.
He's like, my controls guy is good, man, but you're fucking way more developed than he is, and I'm not saying my guy isn't smart, but goddamn, you're a better worker.
So would the number be 3 times what you're making now?
No, it's actually. Why is my
It'd be
bit
less
rate
than
all
that?
over the place? It would not be 3 times what I'm making now.
You'd take less than 3 times.
I would.
I wouldn't. I would not.
Well, Tim, realistically, I don't think I'd take anything. So here's the thing, right? The number that's in my head for what I would take is already more than what the controls leads make.
Yeah.
My bit rate is at 4 right now. 4 bits per second. What is going on? Dude, it's all over the place. Maybe I should just try to lock the bitrate in for future streams at like 2,000 kilobit instead of letting it do auto.
I mean, it's not like we're doing a whole lot of graphics,
Yeah, I mean, like, it's mainly a talk show.
Yeah.
We just prefer to do it live because it's easier for us.
Yes, it is.
That's the whole reason we started doing GNL live in the first place, is because we used to pre-record GNL.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
It was a pain in the dick. When we
Yeah.
started doing it live, we actually posted far more GNL shows. Because pre-recording and editing and uploading was a bitch. So we're going to keep a live format, but we might go to, I don't know, audio-only live eventually if my internet's shit, or we'll just have Tim stream it. Those are the options. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out for you guys. For our loyal viewers, we'll get it figured out. Maybe we should make like an audio podcast available of this and like put it up on iTunes or something. That was a joke. No one would fucking listen to us.
Well, see, now that's interesting that you say that, because
people probably would listen to us.
My previous band that I put on iTunes, I every month I get some royalties from that, if you could fucking believe that shit.
What?
Yes. Now the downside is that in order to get it put up there, and then it's a distributing company that makes it available to like iTunes and Spotify and Pandora and all that shit.
Yeah, I know a little bit of that process.
That costs money. So the initial investment is quite a bit.
Gotcha.
I don't know how much it would be for a podcast, but
yeah, because it's not music, and we wouldn't be trying to distribute it out to everything. We could always do SoundCloud. We could do SoundCloud for sure to start with. That would be real easy. But I'm just thinking, because YouTube is dying slowly, anyways.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Twitch, depending on the day, is either doing fantastic or killing itself.
Sometimes both in the same day.
YouTube is usually just kind of killing itself lately. It's not really doing much to save itself and grow. But Twitch is like boom, boom, boom. Twitch is like my bit rate. It's all over the place.
Twitch is off its meds.
And off your meds can be a good thing, but it can also be a very bad thing.
Twitch needs to get on some Abilify, a mood stabilizer of some sort, and get in a regimen.
Yeah. So I think we need to get like off platform and be able to host this podcast on our website.
All right.
Yeah, that's why our bit rate keeps changing, because Twitch is like, I agree with what you're saying right now. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. It's listening.
Yeah. It's self-aware.
It's the AI. It's taking over. Oh, man. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah, no, I do have a number. The number I want is already way more than the leads make, because the leads make about $10 an hour more than I do.
5150.
It's actually pretty close to what my hourly number would be that I accept. Not too far off.
That'd be, yeah.
Okay, so I just want to put this to you too, because realistically, they're never going to give me 3 times, and I'm looking at it because of the
That's
fact
the
that
point.
but they actually have ridiculously good benefits, like really cheap for really good coverage.
The thing is,
So I understand how stressed and bullshit I am. If I could walk away with double what I make right now, I would fucking keep that job.
with benefits,
It can change.
at your age, how much of those benefits are you going to actually use?
Well, let me put it this way right now. At this point in time, with everything going on with my mom and my dad, I am currently the prime earner in the household.
Okay.
And you know how driving around here goes, how many times I almost die.
Yes, that's a daily.
I have $1 million in accidental death and dismemberment insurance.
That's fine. I guess I'm talking more along lines of like health.
Well, health and dental I don't care about, but it's the other benefits because I have far more than just health and dental.
Okay.
It's like a really good benefits package. Like the best benefit for me is I have about $1 million in identity theft insurance,
That's
which
getting
for
more
me
and
is
more
relevant. I've already had my identity stolen
right.
twice.
Twice.
Yeah, I got an alert from my identity theft insurance after the Equifax breach. Someone in California tried to take out a $500,000 loan in my name.
I have. Nothing like going big or going home, huh?
Right?
Fuck it.
It's like, come on. Why'd you even think you could get that? I couldn't get that.
Well, why not? You know, what do they have to lose?
All right. Actually, they ended up getting tracked down, and as far as I know, they've been imprisoned.
Well,
They
good.
lost. They
Good.
lost.
Probably
I
lost.
refuse to give that up because at this job I do have a little bit of expendable income because I earn more than I need. So I trace that down and follow that shit. They're in
Good for
prison.
you. I'm on food stamps, so they can't get anything from me.
It's true. I didn't know pizza places accepted food stamps.
They do.
Oh, okay.
Collected enough of them.
Good to know.
You know, you get those Baker's Dozen Club cards. If you go around begging people for their cards, boom, you get yourself a free pizza.
Oh, so it's like a game.
I got like 36 of them.
Damn, sir. Damn.
Yeah.
How do you have gigabit then? Do they accept food stamps for internet in your area?
I'm tapped into the neighbors
Oh.
somehow.
And he has a mansion. He's like
Sure.
richy rich. You live right next to
It's
a
mansion
rich
on the
dude.
inside. Yeah, he's retired now, so his house on the outside looks the same as it did in 1970, but
Uh-huh.
on the inside, it's like everything's gold.
And he doesn't know, and because he's old and retired, he doesn't know how to secure his Wi-Fi.
Right. So
Oh.
his password was actually password.
Wow.
Yeah,
I wish I had neighbors like that, man.
got lucky.
Yeah, you
Same
did.
with Dude, I very rarely talk about my job here, but
It's true, he does.
we're moving over into electronic, so we're just got the field that I'm in, human services. It's just we're killing the earth with the amount of trees that we're cutting for paper. Okay,
Right.
So we're going over into an electronic filing system called Evolve. That's no big secret. I don't think I'm breaking any HIPAA laws by saying that. So we're having
Probably not.
3 separate trainings to learn how to do this. Okay, we had one the other day,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sitting at this training, and first off, the first problem is that they're running the audio portion on Skype.
Baller.
And I'm like,
We even stopped doing that.
yeah, I'm like, oh, Jesus God.
Actually, for a while, because of how bad Skype was, we used Discord for audio and just used Skype for video.
That's right, we did.
We ran that until Discord got its video chat in order because, God, Skype audio is terrible.
So, and then they're doing the screen share portion, you know?
Yeah.
And the screen share portion freezes. And I can see why it's freezing because it's showing the little Wi-Fi icon, right? And that is in red. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to.
You don't want to fix it.
There's an IT department there, right?
You don't want to be them.
Put it this way: I couldn't move my own computer from. I could move it 5 feet from one desk to another desk. The IT department had to do that.
Your own personal computer?
For work.
Well,
it's the work computer.
Why did they have to?
I don't know, dude. So I wouldn't fuck something up. I don't know. So I'm seeing this, and I know what's wrong. I'm not saying a damn thing because then I don't want to get in trouble for something from IT people or if they're a union or whatever the hell is going on.
Unionize.
Not that there's anything wrong with unions.
Yes, there is. Anyways, continue.
Okay.
I'm willing to say there is.
So the first half of, and this is a 2-hour meeting, the first half of it was spent trying to fix the Skype internet issue, which all they did was hook into a different Wi-Fi router, which
closer router, yeah.
So yeah, hard, right? Because
difficult.
the computer that we're watching this from was from the 2nd floor, and he's trying to hook into that internet that's 2 floors up in cement building. It's no.
Anyway. It works perfectly.
Yeah. So that was the first half of the meeting. The second half, we start to get into different subsections, and the mental health, the head of the mental health department, basically takes over the rest of the meeting because he wants to see what options are in the mental health part. Something that he could have done on his own time. That was that meeting. So I figure, okay, we got sent the link, for our work email. So I'm gonna mess around with it at home on my own time.
Yeah, because I do that shit too. When I want to actually understand how something works, I don't need to get paid for it. I just want to know.
And it says that my login is my this whatever,
and it doesn't work.
And the password is password, all lowercase. So, okay, I type in my username and then I type in password. It says error, invalid login. So I try it again because sometimes I mess up.
You fat finger. It happens to the best of us.
Exactly. And same thing. So I email my supervisor and she emails me back that it only works on Internet Explorer. I'm like, what?
No, Tim, that is a thing. That is legitimately a thing. Software visualization at my work only runs in IE, and it only runs in IE 10 or older, not even IE 11.
Not in this case, it doesn't. So I bite though. I'm like, all right, fine. I have Windows 10. I use Edge, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't work in Edge either. I'm like, I'm not fucking downloading Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer is already built into 10, just so you know. You don't have to download it. It's already there.
So I decide to go back in and I click on a little button, and a different screen pops up. Still says that my username and stuff is invalid, but I'm seeing that this is something different. That this can be worked. So I email my supervisor back and I'm like, well, I got this part to work and this screen came up, but it still says that it's invalid. So she emails the one secretary, and the secretary had changed everybody's passwords to start with a capital P.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck that secretary. And not in that way.
Right.
I hate people, Tim.
I saw that and I literally had to walk away from my computer.
I hate people, Tim.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Because the first time you log in, you have to change your password.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around it. You have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Dude, I don't know.
I have there's the second of two. Oh, it's the second of three meetings is tomorrow morning. At,
Oh
at
boy.
10. So we'll see how it goes.
You'll have to keep us informed. By the way, I'm working on some logistics here. But I am actually taking steps and moving forward on Big Box Corp, the sitcom.
Okay.
We were talking about this. I
Yep,
take some of
yep,
my story time shit. I'm actually working on it. I'm able to get my hands on some equipment to actually make some backgrounds and sets. It's just I need a location. So progress is being made. Progress is being made.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's my kind of cool update for the week. I'd like to thank the little people.
Dwarves?
Yes, I'd like to thank the dwarves.
Or are they I forget. Do they like to call them midgets or little people?
The dwarves have always been by my side. They're my number one supporters.
At least you got to have supporters.
Yes. So yeah. So things be happening, and that might be a thing actually.
I am looking forward to seeing it.
You'll be an executive producer on it, Tim. So
Ooh.
titles, they're important to some people. Some of my coworkers, that'll probably be the subject of one of the episodes.
Titles?
Titles is important to several of my coworkers. Go away for a 1-week training and suddenly you're a freaking subject matter expert. Literally, we had this one dude. He goes away for a training for 1 week on a new piece of equipment that we have. And as soon as he gets back from this training, he updates his email, signature.
Subject matter
So
expert?
he calls himself a senior control system technician. Which,
Oh,
newsflash, my company doesn't have a senior control system technician. It's control system technician or control system lead. No such thing as a senior CST. I think my boss actually just gave him that title to make him feel better about the fact that they were hiring two 20-year-olds to do the same job. That were doing it better. So I think...
So he's just calling him old.
Well, I think senior because of the fact that he's got experience. Even though he does the job worse than a couple of 21-year-olds. So I think it was just to make him feel better. They let him be a senior control system technician, even though they don't recognize that title. So now his signature says his name, senior control system technician, and insert name of equipment here, SME.
Fantastic.
So that's definitely going to make an episode all of its own.
Yeah, that would be...
Or either that's going to be an episode or it's going to be a running gag through the whole series. Where we just have one character who keeps accruing new titles.
That would be funny.
So it's either going to be that
would be-
like, so we're either going to do a whole episode, or like there's this one guy where every once in a while it cuts into like an email sequence where a character's reading emails, and every episode there's an email from this guy. He's got a new SME in his email signature. I think that might be the route I go.
Yes.
Because it's
I like
subtle.
that. Yeah.
See, I have some ideas for good comedy.
That is very relatable to anybody that's in any sort of business that has any sorts of titles.
Because for me, it's really easy because I can just make a small, tiny little email server that doesn't actually connect out to the internet, just a local network for on the set. So I can just make a shit ton of emails for like @bigboxcorp.com, even though we don't have that domain. Why not both? It's possible for both, but I think the other one, the slow build running gag, is better. Because eventually this character's email signature will be longer than the emails.
I'm typing currently. I'm typing in my credentials, and it is going to be expanded, shortly. That follows my name.
Second.
Second.
I think it would have been better with a U. I'm gonna put SUC-IT in my email signature.
Fortunately, that's not how you spell abuse, though.
True. I mean, I understand what it is. I just think "suck it's" better.
It's more appropriate.
Suck it. Bullshit. Suck it.
No,
Bachelor
BS
of Science.
Bachelor of Science. That's going to be replaced by Master of Science.
He's
But
going to be
then-
an MS. He's going to have multiple sclerosis soon.
I hope not. My mother-in-law has that. That's
Oh, that's unfortunate.
well, it is what it is.
It is, true. Can't be what it isn't. That's not how physics works.
True. I'm going to be adding that to it as well.
Okay.
Which is certified peer specialist.
Makes sense.
So. Whew.
But yeah, so I think Big Box, the sitcom, is going to be a thing.
I'm looking forward to
Because
the-
I don't know of any other shows that like follow the life of a maintenance worker around.
No,
And they live an interesting life, man.
they do. One of the drummers in my last band, he was for a while he was a janitor, and some of the stories that he told were fucking hilarious.
Dude, it takes a different kind of person to be a maintenance worker, man.
It does, yes.
It takes a different kind of person. Yeah, so I think the star of the show will be I'll use an old Liberty joke. It'll be Carl Gregson. Follow around Carl Gregson. Because I don't have anything more clever than that.
That's good. That's a good name. The the dude that was running the training
Yep.
was making up a name to put in as a client, and he put in I'm sure everybody's heard of this guy, and he types in Robin Trower.
I think he was being sarcastic when he said, "I'm sure everyone's heard of this guy."
No, he was being serious.
Who's Robin Trower?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it real quick.
People look at me and because
Siri, who is Robin Trower?
Procol Harum or something like that.
Okay, I found this.
English rock guitarist.
Yes.
Procol Harum during the 1960s.
Yes. He said it was big in the 80s, and I'm like Robin Trower. I'm thinking, does he mean Robin Xander from Cheap Trick?
Yeah,
No,
that's
Robin
where-
Trower. So I looked it up. I'm like, this fucking dude's from the 60s.
Robin. Yeah, I would have gone Robin Xander too.
Yeah.
Is that your fake identity for fake stuff? Yep, I am Carl Gregson.
Yes. Oh, is there a T in there? Because my one email that has that doesn't have a T in it. It's just Carl Gregson.
Yeah. There is no Carl Gregston. It's Carl Gregson. Maybe it should be Gregston. I don't know. We'll
Mine
play
is-
we'll play around with it in post.
Mine is Drew Calico.
He can be another employee at Big Box Corp then. Reported grieving band. But yeah, so I think Big Box Corp, the sitcom, is going to be a thing. We sell big boxes, and we
Yes.
cannot lie.
That's right. Other brothers,
Can't deny.
they could, but
They could try. I mean, like we can't stop them, but
right.
oh, I think that's about all I've got for the show tonight.
That sounds like perfect timing because I just got a text from my son saying that he is done at Open Skate and ready to be picked up.
Perfect.
When I get back, I'm gonna play some Wingman.
And
Break
I am
me
going to
down or
be
no?
joining you.
All right, cool.
I'm going to grab
No
a
offense.
snack first.
No offense, Cameron. But I need 3 more wins, and I get a rank in it.
And he thinks he has a better chance of getting those with other people.
Well, I'd have to win first.
Right, but I'm saying you think you'll have a better chance of getting those 3 wins with other people.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Deuces!